Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back reacting to the season 2 finale of Bridgerton. This is called The Viscount Who Loved Me. And it feels weird to be at the season finale, if I'm honest. Been watching season 2 for like a month or two now. I know I take too long to watch these shows. You guys are probably so annoyed. But I have a ton of fun watching Bridgerton. I enjoy the show in general, and I think I just get a little goofy when watching the episodes. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying the ride with me. It's kind of a bummer that it's ending, but you know, one of the good things about taking a long time to watch it is that I don't have to wait as long for the next season to come out. So, so hopefully you guys migrate to some of the other shows that I'm watching. And continue to stick around on the channel. That would mean a ton to me. But what happened last time on Bridgerton? So last time, Penelope straight up threw Eloise under the bus and kind of ruined her reputation to half save her family, but also half like save her own reputation and writing career and you know, she kind of took the easy way out, in a sense. And I guess she broke her little quill, so maybe she's putting down the Lady Whistledown feather for a little bit, but she still, like, tanked her best friend's reputation when she didn't really need to. And what else went down? Ooh, I had to close my eyes because Kate and Anthony went to Bone Town. They went to Smash City. They were touching naughty bits. And seemingly they had tons of fun. But then they had to like clear their heads and like make sure this is really what we want. And so Kate went for just a casual jaunter, stroll on her little horse in the rain, and we all know horses don't work in the rain. If you go horseback riding in the rain, you're gonna get hurt. It's you know, horses, they break down. They only work in dry climates. It's a fact. Everyone knows it. This is based on scientific research that I personally have done about horses and their performance in the rain. And if you think about fact checking me, you best step cautiously, because you're going to catch these hands. No. She fell off her horse. I guarantee by the halfway point in this episode, she'll be right as rain. Like, perfectly fine. So, we ain't got nothing to worry about there. And I think those are, like, the big things going into this episode that we can think of. I know next season is going to be focusing on Colin and Penelope and them falling in love, because the Bridgerton like Twitter account posted it. So so we know that for a fact. I'm not as invested in their little relationship. I guess I'm not as invested in Colin. You know, Penelope is great. Freaking bless up to her. It's just the Colin part that gives me pause. And it is what it is. He's probably a sweet boy. Hopefully they make him entertaining, but we'll see what happens. But I'm excited to jump into the finale, so let's do this. Before we jump into this though, if you end up enjoying my reaction, hit that little like button. That means a lot to me and it makes me feel good on the inside. Also, subscribe. A ton of you guys are not subscribed to me and you watch my videos regularly. So if you're one of those people, just hit that freaking button, dude. Like, come on. What are you waiting for? Like, what are you waiting? Sorry. Yeah. And then if you want to support me directly, consider subscribing to my Patreon. That would mean a lot as well. That's just a cool way to support me directly. Instead of relying on the YouTube algorithm and the way that the whims blow, you know? So Patreon is a fun way to support me directly. I got full uncuts in watch-along format over there for every single thing that I watch. You can also suggest shows and vote in polls, and your opinion just matters more on Patreon. So if you're interested in that, that would mean a lot to me. But otherwise, let's jump into the season 2 finale of Bridgerton. You gotta say it like that too. You can't just say Bridgerton. You gotta be like Bridgerton, Lady Danbury. Okay. Oh no. The rain's getting her all wet. She didn't even hit the rock. She's fine. She's Gucci. Bro, come on now. What good is putting your soaking wet coat gonna do? You know, she's already wet. Your coat's wet. Putting your wet coat on top of her wet body is not gonna make her less wet. I mean, it might make her a little more warm, but that's basically it. But not really, because it's wet.
Call the surgeon at once!
The surgeon.
Still shivering. Allow me to get to work.
As long as they don't bring out leeches, I think we're good. Oh yeah, Edwina, don't you feel horrible now?
It's my fault.
After you spent all last episode being a bitch. Now your sister might die. And the last thing you'll have said to her was throwing insults and being ungrateful.
Valley, Lord Featherington and I would like to give a ball.
Excellent idea.
Yo, you should put that money in the bank. Let it collect some interest. That way, if you have to pay back all these people you're swindling, you still got some money left over. Smart.
We will call it the Featherington Ball.
How original.
Savage Penelope. This is a weird thought, but the lady who plays Mrs. Featherington would do a fantastic job in the role of like one of the witches from Hocus Pocus. I don't know why. She would just, I have a feeling she would crush it in that role.
Colin, would you care to inform me about anything?
I do not take note of staff changes, brother.
And what about our accounts? Since I spent the last 2 days balancing our books, only to discover that you seem to have taken out a rather large sum. Whatever for?
Investments.
I was exploring an investment with Lord Featherington.
This is just what makes for difficulties in this household.
No one gives any thought as to how it must be managed.
But do not worry, brother. I shall send you notice of every step I take today.
Okay. They're being like unnecessarily sassy to him, but like from a money management standpoint, like I feel like he has a point with Colin. Like you should probably inform the head of the household before you just take out a massive chunk of money to invest in a business. You know, just a little smart. Just, you know, financially a good idea.
I do not have time for this.
I do not have time for this. I do not have time for you. Oh, man. What was that, shoddy? What that thing do?
Why do you think I ended things the way I did with you, despite wanting to do the very opposite? I did not want her to see the two of us together.
Hey, yo, that's the thought that she's gonna linger on, though. You wanted to do the opposite. You like me. He wants to kiss you on your mouth.
But you deserve to know the truth.
I deserve more than that.
Yeah, you deserve a smooch. Look at him look down at her lips. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I see that.
The game's sewn into silks.
Ooh. Madame Delacroix.
I shall send a few necklaces to express my sympathies. It is kind of you. It's not a problem.
I'll send a few of my necklaces.
Mr. Bridgerton, you cannot be entertaining any of this in earnest. The man is a
I
swindler.
beg your pardon, Monrich.
The Featheringtons are a fine family whose reputation has been most unfairly traduced. I would be very
Colin.
careful of the accusations you make in future, as it hardly seems you can afford to drive away any more patrons.
Colin.
We leave London. Travel to the Americas.
She's like, nah, fam.
Portia, we could be an even better team without the restrictions of this godforsaken society.
He wants to go to America so he can have sex with you. Don't do it. Don't do it. No kissing. Gross. Oh look, she's awake.
Mama! Lady Danbury, make haste!
Make haste! Anytime someone says make haste, I think of Pirates of the Caribbean. Anytime he's talking about raising the sails. Make haste!
She's awake.
Mrs. Wilson heard from one of the maids.
Don't cry, Anthony. Don't cry.
It is unthinkable. Finding someone like that. Someone.
Oh yeah, he's already been through it once. Yeah, all that responsibility that was put on him. Oh, he's crying. That's a tear. That's a tear. You must go see her.
And I would undoubtedly feel the same pain I felt all over again if I had to, because real, true love is worth it. No matter what.
Facts. Like I would know.
Don't lose her, Anthony.
Don't lose her, Anthony. Ugh.
Mademoiselle Bridgerton.
Ah, I'm not here for dresses. I should, however, like to dress you down.
Damn, girl. She's like, you want me? Say the word, Eloise. Oh, hey, shawty.
Eloise, I thought you would quit your hunt, but Whistledown's words not enough.
You are not listening.
Hell
I'm going
no.
to find her now.
Do not scream at me!
Penelope.
Whistledown has done you a favour. If she were to find out about this and write about it, then your family are already in a great deal of trouble. I look forward to the day when things are going to happen
Bro.
at least to be between us.
Quit gaslighting your best friend. This Penelope is so annoying right now. Eloise deserves better.
Your brother's large donation to the academy. It's what secured your place.
Rich people never get denied to college. Did I call it or did I call it? Man, even if he sucked at painting, he's still getting in. Because rich people just drop that cash and they name a building after them or something, and then their kid's gonna go for free. It is a tale as old as time. Only poor people have to pay to go to college.
Was there something else, my lord?
Mm-hmm. He wants to touch your boobies again. Sorry.
I came to apologise.
Yes, you already
And
said
to ask you to marry me. Miss Sharp, I'm here.
Yo, girl.
And I'm asking you.
No, my lord,
I mean, this isn't necessarily the spot. She wants to look fancy when this happens.
Returning to India.
No.
The
Shut
moment
up.
I resolve matters with my sister. I'm returning to India. It is decided.
No. India bad. I mean, India's probably a fine place, but in the context of this moment, India bad.
Oh. Not bothered.
Kiss. 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 Do it. Come on.
Kiss me.
We cannot continue to meet.
Don't think about your family, Eloise.
I know.
This is about you and you only. Don't think about them.
Theo.
Be selfish for a minute, Eloise. Go kiss that boy on his mouth. Be in love. And be happy about it. Oh, callback from season 1. Her and her bud sitting on a swing set.
Art Academy not going so well.
Oh, no, it's going great.
I'm an imposter, Al.
It's going freaking fantastic.
That does not mean you would not have been accepted on your own.
That's fair. Might have still gotten in. Anthony just made sure of it.
Imposter party at 2.
Hell yeah. Sibling dance party.
Am I like him at all? Or was he more like you? Father.
You look more like him. That's for sure.
You shared your love of a prank.
Did we?
He once put glue in Benedict's shoes.
Bro, what? That's rich people activity, man. Regular people would never ruin a pair of shoes like that. You gotta go buy new ones. Those shoes cost money, man. Only rich people would pull pranks that damage stuff you have to buy.
Your father was the best man I've ever known.
I like this moment between them. He's kind of being a fatherly figure, like a warm fatherly figure that his brother never had up to this point. Really, he's had the authoritative responsibility authority figure, but not the loving guardian. Oh, immediately starts crying.
Everything that has happened.
Edwina forgives you. I forgive
But
you.
I do not forgive myself.
You don't need to be forgiven. You did nothing wrong.
Everything I did, I owed it to you.
You owed me nothing. Oh, you never had to earn your place in this family.
That's an interesting wrinkle to that aspect. She probably did feel a little bit like she had to earn her spot.
It grieves me to think you do not believe you deserve all of the love in the world.
Yeah, that's another wrinkle. She has probably spent a long time feeling as though, you know, this love is unearned. Like she hasn't done enough for it.
He does not love me.
Edwina. Or not Edwina. Kate, use your head. The stupidity made me think you were Edwina for a second.
Steady.
And ready.
Steady and ready, baby. Grip it and rip it. Grip it and rip it, baby.
Thank you for protecting me. You are a true friend.
Ha, she is not. She's gaslighting you.
I hear he recently spent a good deal of time with Miss Goring in a closet, for what I cannot imagine.
Wherever did you hear that?
Miss Goring is over there, alongside the lemonade table, secretly fixing tissue paper in her bosom. Now we know who for. Look.
Yo, put it together. Put it together, Eloise. Oh, look at the realization. Ah, Eloise, baby girl, you smart cookie. I think she knows. I think she knows now. Or at least has a strong inkling.
A gift from Lord Featherington.
17 rubies, in fact.
It's fake. Of the rubies.
Except the clasp was broken.
Is it?
Might I mend it for you? The Bridgerton valet has a way with jewellery.
You would not be making...
Come with me.
He just puts it on her. He's like, I got you this necklace. Swiped it not 10 seconds ago.
There are no gemstone mines in Georgia. Your cousin, Lord Featherington. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, Pen, but... Well, I have looked into him. I believe he is nothing but a mere charlatan.
What? What did you say?
That this necklace is a fraud. Made of glass. Just like you. How dare you take advantage of these poor ladies, Featherington, without a father or a husband to protect them?
I'll deal with this.
God dang, son.
Thank goodness for Mr. Bridgerton.
Well, now you have to kill Colin. It's the only solution. You can't let this news get out. You have to kill. Now you got to kill Penelope too. You got to kill them both. If you are going to go further down this crime initiative, you might as well turn full heel and become murderers as well. Yeah, well, yeah. The South loves a good in-family marriage.
I will no longer
You guys
have
will
to
be
go through
great.
my proposed marriage to Prudence. There will be other possibilities in the future. We should return to the party.
Yo, the South loves a good incestuous relationship. What if just those two leave for America? And they leave their kids high and dry, but Penelope's got hella money, so they'll be fine.
You're astonishing, Colin.
Oh, wow.
I cannot thank you enough for looking after us.
You are
I
astonishing.
will always look after you, Penelope. You are special to me.
As are you.
In a
To me.
romantic styles way? Like, let's avoid that pretense here, buddy. And let's get straight to the point. Is this the first, like, one of the first times that Penelope has been part of this little dance routine? She's always usually the one standing on the sides.
You have spent so much of your time shining your light on me. It is time for you to shine all on your own.
Finally, Edwina. Finally, you see things as they truly are. That your sister is so much more awesome than you could ever be. Miley Cyrus. I came in like a wrecking ball. You guys ever see that video of the naked dude on Omegle doing Wrecking Ball?
No one else matters.
I never hit so hard in love.
Is that
Shut
why
up.
the sister's wedding was abandoned?
Oh, child, no. That wedding did not happen because I simply changed my mind. A fact Lady Whistledown must have somehow missed.
Damn, Queen. Damn, Queen. That's
they
what's
not?
up. That's what's up, Queen.
Do they not?
Yes.
Then why is no one else dancing?
She's like, you heard the story? Yo, what a wing woman. The Queen's a goat.
Have I yet told you about my nephew?
Oh, the prince.
He is a prince.
Frickin' vigilante. from Peacemaker. Any excuse to bring him back. Let's go. Now spin. Oh, is that not the prelude to the spin move? My bad. It just looked like it was a spin move type posture. Oh. You're so close to kissing. So close. Just lock lips on that dance floor and that's the scandal of the century. Yo, bless up to the queen though. She straight up could have just like dished in the gossip and she was like, no. This is an excellent thing. Ooh. She looks way too happy. Time for Eloise to shatter her life.
Eloise.
Where did you get all of this money?
Eloise, what are you doing going through my things?
Answer.
How did you find it? What a sleuth. Eloise should be a detective.
Sounded so familiar. The words, not just the content or subject. The pattern.
I don't know why I'm thrilled about this.
Eloise, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You're right about all of it. I was trying to protect you.
Is that what you were doing? By writing about me in your latest sheet? By telling the entire world about things I trusted you?
It was the only way I could convince the Queen it wasn't you. It was the only way I could save you.
The only person you were interested in saving was yourself.
Go in, Eloise. End her.
I ended my friendship with Theo because of you. One of
Now
the
you
only
can-
good things in my life.
now you can
because of
start it
your
back up.
Self-serving manipulation.
You have no idea how horrible it's felt to keep this from you. From everyone. For so long.
There's no excuse. No excuse.
Because you are too scared to stand up for yourself in reality.
Woohoo.
You are something, Penelope.
God damn, Eloise.
At least I did something.
What?
All you ever do.
Shut up,
is
Penelope.
talk about doing something. You have all these great ambitions, these great plans, but I am the one who actually did something great, and you cannot stand it, can you?
No, she doesn't care about that at all. She's not upset that you did something. She's upset that you betrayed her friendship. Come on, Penelope. Don't try and throw shade on her like that. That ain't what she's mad about. She isn't jealous of you.
Well, if we do have to leave, at least we gave a memorable farewell party.
No, dude, she's throwing you under the bus.
I gave a memorable farewell.
I guarantee you, she is throwing you under the bus.
Portia, we are a team.
Yeah, but she will manipulate this so hard.
Young ladies, often nettling.
And yeah, especially once you were like, we're gonna abandon your kids.
I will keep a large share of the money to support myself and my young ladies. And I had Mrs. Varley forge a signature on a document stating that as soon as one of my girls has a son, the estate shall pass to them.
Ooh.
You are cruel.
I am.
She's doing what she needs to do. It's remarkable how she's gotten out from this, out of the situation she is in. It's a mastercraft in manipulation, honestly. So she's gonna tell everyone. She's gonna be like, yo, he ran away with your money. And she's just gonna keep it. Like, what a plan. What a plan.
Penelope Featherington. The way you were dancing with her looked rather interesting. You courting the girl, Bridgerton?
Ah, are you mad? I would never dream of courting Penelope Featherington.
Ooh. Oh, Colin. I mean, your tune is gonna change next season, but dang, son.
I love you. I've loved you from the moment we raced each other in that park. I've loved you at every dance, on every walk, every time we've been together, and every time we've been apart. You do not have to accept it, you don't have to embrace it. Or even allow it. Just know it. in your heart.
Know it deep in your soul, baby girl.
I must feel it, but it's like...
Oh, all this time spent feeling unworthy of love. And he's giving it to you. He's saying you need to know. Yes.
And I love you too.
Yes. Let's go. Gang gang. Propose.
I know I am imperfect, but I will humble myself before you.
That's a tall task. He's not a very humble guy.
You do know there'll never be a day where you do not vex me.
That's fair. Is that a yes?
Is that a promise, Kathanisham?
Oh, perfect. Fireworks. Perfect. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Say yes. Come on. Yes, let's go. Woo!
Yes.
Game time, baby. You know what time it is? It's game time. All day. All day. Woo, baby, a triple. Oh, let's go. With the fireworks and everything, baby. Top shelf. Top shelf A1.
You were right about the new Lord Featherington. I must apologize for how I acted the other day.
Was it a ruse?
But perhaps you should pour yourself something as well.
He's brought his
I told them this
boys.
place was run by an honourable man who serves a good drink. They demanded to come. I'm in your debt now, Mr. Mondridge. Thank you.
That's what you get for being a good man. For sticking to the right thing, Mondrich. You looked out for Colin. He looking out for you. Ooh. More of the segs.
You seem so outdone.
Oh, so they skipped the whole wedding part? Ooh, those are her boobies. Must be cold in there. She is perked up. Oh, man. God dang, girl. Oh, man.
I just want to take this opportunity to return upstairs.
And admit defeat?
Never.
Never.
Fun stuff. Although if I was a newlywed, boy, you know I'm going back inside. Oh man, you know I ain't sticking around. When you're presented with one of two opportunities, either play this yard game or touch butts inside. Easy decision. That's an easy decision, boy. What do you think this is? Amateur hour? Wow. Is that the end? Carol Prentice? Who's Carol Prentice? Wow, man. Wow. 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 Oh, oh, baby. What a season, eh? I feel like they wrapped up pretty much like every storyline so far. That was a very satisfying finale, if I'm being honest. Like, you know, we start off, I called it. Which point did she wake up? Which point? It took less than like 15 minutes for her to be fine. Did I call it or did I call it? Easy money. Easy money. I was wrong about one thing. They did get married. I thought maybe they would save that for like next season because, you know, can't put a wedding in the final episode now, but they just skipped that part and went straight to the boning. I don't even know how to talk about this. Let's talk about the most inconsequential aspect, which was Featherington's scheme, the ruby scheme or whatever, his gemstone mines, and he's trying to entrap Colin, and Colin was like, "Nah, fam, that ain't me." And somehow Colin knew and was just pretending to be mean to Mondrich, and it was, you know, it is what it was. And he's looking out for the Featheringtons, and because he likes Penelope, but he is currently too afraid to admit it in front of his boys. And he's saying the wrong things at the wrong time, but you know, I think she needed to be humbled a little bit. Sorry, I shouldn't be disparaging Penelope. She's a fine character. She was one of my favorite characters all of last season. This season, she definitely dropped a lot because of her consistent gaslighting of Eloise. But the gemstones, the friggin' Lady Featherington, masterclass manipulator. After her and Dumbface McGee Swindler were, you know, almost making out the whole season. he made one mistake. He made one mistake where he was like, "Me and you, just me and you are going to America. Sure, we'll send for your daughters another time when everything's Gucci." His plan, obviously, she sees right through it, that he never wants them to come. Like his plan is fully to abandon them in London, and for him and her to start their own weird little incestuous thing. And she sees through it. She's like, "Nah, don't you dare try and abandon, like you don't care about my daughters. You're gonna leave them on the street." And rightfully, she's somehow all the little elements align to just ruin this man. Her and Colin unwittingly tag team and just wreck this man. So he has to leave. She gets most of the money. Like she said their coffers were overflowing. So she's gonna provide him with just enough money to go to America, and then she's keeping the rest. So she's gonna have hella cash, and seemingly gets out of this whole thing scot-free, you know, enters the season in severe debt, on the precipice of ruin, and gets out of it on top of the game with money in hand, and friggin' her daughter doesn't have to marry him anymore. Like, god dang, son. Like, she came out of this like a bandit. Oh, it's hilarious. And Colin, Mondrich though, he tried to do the right thing and tell Colin, he's like, "Dude, you don't want to get involved in this. Like, you're gonna lose all your money." And Colin pays him back in the end. He's like, "My homie, my dude, you are a gem." Like, I had to pretend, man, but you did such a good thing that I brought all my boys to this establishment, and they're only gonna drink here from now on. And it's like, bless up, buddy. Way to, you know, doing good deeds allows you to prosper. Let's talk about what shall we talk about next? The queen is goated now. Used to be my enemy. Now the queen is like, I think I'm on the good team. And she saves their reputation of the families, and it's like gang. What else? Eloise. No, let's talk about Benedict. He's gonna drop out of art school because his brother paid to get him in, and it's like, did I call it? Or did I call it? Like, obviously. Like, he very may well have gotten into that school on his own talents. Like, that totally could have been a possibility. But the thing with rich people is you don't have to worry about ifs. You just donate some money and you're in. Like, you just make up some rowing team photos and you're in. like, of course there was never a doubt of whether or not he would get into this school, right? And he seemingly is like, not a fan of that. So he's like, I'm going to drop out. But now he can't make out with his art lady anymore, and that's a bummer. Hopefully they still continue their relationship forward, because that would be pretty prime. Let's talk about Eloise. Eloise and Theodore fallen in love, and she's working with him to figure out who Lady Whistledown is, and they're like getting close to each other, and they're about to kiss. You know, two friends sitting in a print shop, they might kiss. But then she listens to freaking Penelope's words about how this could be disastrous if Lady Whistledown found out about it and wrote about it, and she gaslights her through the whole episode, through the whole season, and is essentially like, yo, she makes up the fact that like people have been talking. I mean, well, it's entirely possible people may have been talking, but it helps Eloise narrow down that it has to be her, because she's like, if people were talking and Lady Whistledown was anyone but you, they would have wrote about it. And it's a bummer that she ends her relationship with Theodore. Hopefully they can reignite that at some point. You know, granted, it may be a societal impossibility, granted the fact that he's a print shop worker and she's like rich and people of different classes mixing is no bueno. You know, you can't have her hanging out with the poors. That would taint the whole reputation of rich people in general. We can't have that. Who's gonna look out for the rich people? Like, we need to save their reputations. And it's just that infuriates her so much more. Like, she tells Penelope at this dance, and like this burden, right? This weight is lifted off Penelope's shoulders, and she feels like she can like be herself a little bit more and be her gossipy little self, and that is her downfall. Is Eloise puts it together, and she's like, she recognizes the tone, the words, the gossipy nature of it, and she's like, oh my god, I'm so dumb. And like that, what might have been one of my favorite scenes of the entire episode is just that moment of Eloise realizing, like, oh shit, I've been so stupid. Like, of course, like, you can like literally see all of the possibilities of who else it could be just like dropping away from her face, and just this like broken realization as she looks at her friend, and it's like, it's wonderful. It was excellently acted scene. And then she goes to her room, and what did she dig up every floorboard in Penelope's room? And she finds the money and calls her out about, you know, betraying their friendship, you know, writing things about her, you know, all this stuff. And Pinocchio, she's a liar. She tries to throw it back in Eloise's face, being like, you're just jealous of me because I actually did something. Like, you talk about doing things, I actually did something. And Eloise wonderfully does not stoop down to that level. She's just like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Because obviously she's not jealous. She might take those words to heart a little bit of like, she hasn't done anything. And because she hasn't really, she is a little bit of a all talk no action type gal, but that's not the reason she's so upset at her. Like, her best friend has been gaslighting her for at least a year, more, because you know, pretty much almost like 2 years essentially. Lady Whistledown has been going, at least, I think, right? And her best friend has been gaslighting her this whole time because she's been trying to figure it out, and she's been making her feel stupid and crazy, and that's what she's upset about, is the betrayal of this friendship. And, you know, understandably, I honestly, like, as much as I want good things to happen to Penelope, I hope, like, I was happy. That scene where she's like tearing her down, I was like, yes, Eloise, get her. Like, End her, Eloise. Like, she deserves this. Like, she has been a horrible friend. And she's arguably ruined a lot of people's lives. So, as much as we love Penelope, like, she absolutely deserves this. And whatever good graces Eloise holds onto by not revealing who she is more than Penelope deserves. And if they never become friends with each other again, that's you know, she's earned that. She's earned that ending of that friendship. It's just a bummer that Eloise can't be with Theo. I want them to be together. Interesting wrinkle to that, though, is next season all about Penelope and Colin, apparently. And Colin straight up was like, oh, I would never date her. Like, telling his boys is like, hell nah. So there's going to be some damage that has to be repaired there, and that'll be interesting to see how her integration back into the Bridgerton family goes, because Eloise is obviously not going to be thrilled with the possibility of her brother and Penelope being together. So that's a very interesting wrinkle going in next season. Other things about next season, I'm curious how much Kate or like Daphne play into next season, because obviously season 1 was like all about Daphne, right? But she showed up in like 2 episodes, maybe 3 episodes this season, and you know, it was barely featured, right? Because it's not necessarily about her this season. And obviously like Jean whatever Pageau, whatever, you know, the Duke, he didn't show up at all, because he was off filming other stuff like The Gray Man and whatever other stuff he was in. You know, he was in the Dungeons and Dragons movie, I guess, or something like that. He's a big name guy now. But apparently, like, he wasn't really featured in this book at all anyways, so that makes some sense that he wasn't here. But it's interesting to think about, like, how much will those two be featured in season 3, if at all, and how much will Kate be featured, because if they continue the trend of like not really focusing on those characters after their love story has been told, like what are they going to do? Because like apparently each one of these books focuses on like a different Bridgerton sibling falling in love. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, how do they handle, you know, if they're going to change the focus of who it's about each season, how do they handle that large cast? And like, I wonder how fans will feel about seeing some of their favorite characters kind of being set aside and not really getting any spotlight anymore. So that's very interesting. Stoked about Kate and Anthony getting married and touching booties. I liked his little speech to her where he was like, I have loved you since that ride in the park. Like every moment I have loved you. You deserve, like, he needs her to know that she is loved, because she's like, based on the context with her mom, her adoptive mom, I guess, is that she has felt this whole time that she is unworthy of that love. Like she's had to earn her spot in the family and all that. Like she owes it to them for taking her in. And that has probably seeped into other aspects of her life, most typically romance. And so that somewhat quietly informs a lot of her decisions with Anthony this whole season, where she doesn't feel like the possibility of her being in love is even like a thing. And for him to be like, I need you to know in your heart that I love you, like that's exactly what she needed to hear. And she says yes, and then they get married, and they have this eggs, and then they go play that little backyard game some more. And it's a fun time all around. I obviously thrilled about it. I don't know if I need to talk about it a whole lot, because we've been talking about the whole season, and I was like, I already got my hype out of the way last time. I'm surprised that they like this is a weird surprisal thing to be surprised about, but I'm surprised they showed her naked. I mean, they did kinda last episode, but like they were straight up just like, here's some boobies. Like that's you know, I feel like in most cases that if they've gone to lengths to cover that up, it's surprising that they were kind of casual about it. I don't know why that's surprising to me, but it kind of is that they were just like, here's some nipple. Must have been cold in that room because she was pointy. Sorry. That's it. I'm done saying things about that. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. All in all, this was a solid season. I very much enjoy the enemies to lovers trope in these types of things of like, you know, will they, won't they. Season 1, that was exciting of like they are fighting and they have this tension and they're kind of putting on a show, but they're meant to be together. Like, will they actually be together, or is it just a ruse? This one, you know, the slow burn realization of like you're meant for each other, and then the culmination of finally like they both agree to be together, and it's solid. I liked Eloise a lot in this episode and in this season. I think other than the main two people, I think Eloise is probably the MVP of this season. Like, her storyline and her motivations and everything, I thought, at least in my opinion, were personally very gratifying. So I liked it a lot. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, that's all I got, I think. What were some of your guys' favorite moments from this season or this episode? What do you think about the Eloise Penelope situation? What do you think about Colin and Eloise going forward? He definitely screwed some stuff up and dug himself a hole with his words, and he's gonna have to dig himself out of that hole later on. It was probably very devastating for her to hear those things. So what do you think about that? What do you think about all the rest of the dynamics so far? What do you think is going to happen next? If you haven't read the books, what do you think is going to happen next? If you have, are you excited about the upcoming storylines, or were these first two kind of like the ones you were most into the show for, right? Like are you less interested going forward now that your personal favorite stories have been told? I don't know. Let me know all your thoughts. Yeah, again, let me know all your thoughts. If you liked my reaction or you like Bridgerton in general, leave a like on the video. That makes me feel good on the inside and warms my cold little heart. If you're new here, or you find yourself coming back often, or you want to see me react to other favorite shows of yours, hit subscribe, recommend those shows in the comments. If you want those recommendations to hold a greater weight, support me on Patreon and comment your recommendations there, because Patreon subscribers, their opinion means more to me. No, but it does hold a greater weight because they do financially support me, so I don't have to really rely as heavily on the YouTube algorithm. And, you know, doing this type of thing full time is something that would be really cool to me, and the only way really for me to get there is via the support of people like you. So if you're interested in supporting me directly, consider checking out my Patreon. Like I said, your opinion matters more over there. You can vote in polls for what things I watch next when I have open time frames. I post full uncut watch-alongs for everything I watch on the channel, so you just sync up your own copy of the show or movie and you can watch along with me. You can also get featured in every single one of my videos, get a shout out at the end. And I think I might start doing a thing where I post like for non-live shows that I might post early access stuff. I don't know, because that's a lot of work to get multiple videos ahead at a time. But I'm flirting with the idea. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely let me know. But otherwise, thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure. Season 2 has been so much fun. This is one of those shows where I very much enjoy it. Like I am invested in it. I'm invested in the storylines and I care about what's happening and I care about the characters, but at the same time, I very much do not take myself too seriously when I'm watching these shows. Some of these shows I'm just like so like, some of the more nerdy focused shows, I am very passionate about those things, and so I don't joke around as much, and I'm like very laser focused on what's happening. This show, while I'm still invested, is definitely one of them where I can let loose a little bit more and just have a little bit more fun and joke around and poke fun at things. And so personally, it makes watching this show a lot of fun. And the fact that so many of you people have been sticking along to watch me make dumb, inappropriate jokes is super fun. And I thank you guys for the pleasure and the privilege of getting to make these videos for you. So again, if you're one of the 3 people that have reached this point in the video, it means a lot to me. So I don't want to take you guys for granted, but yeah, that's all I got. Hopefully you guys watch some of the other shows I'm checking out. We got next 10 in 10 days. We got Mandalorian. Obi-Wan Kenobi is popping off, 2 episodes, I believe. That same day, Stranger Things season 4 part 1 is dropping, and then a week after that, we got The Boys season 3. So hopefully you guys are interested in those shows. Hopefully you stick around for those. That would mean a lot. But otherwise, that's all I got to say. I keep saying that, but I mean it this time. I will catch you guys next time.